Welcome to the G.A.B. This is G.A.B.
They should have never gave you platform.
Let me make sure that we got this. You know the G.A.B. is in the building. Shut it down. What's good with y'all out there? This is another episode of the G.A.B. I'm your lovely or hated host Kamal, aka the Black Seinfeld, aka Magic X. And since I got the best audience out there, what should the best audience be doing right now? Well, what you waiting for? Let's get it, y'all. Oh, my fault. There we go. You feel me? Now, if they watching though, at least they learning. And I appreciate all y'all from the ugly to the beautiful and to the in-betweeners. Now, for my tubers, YouTube been around since 2005. I don't need to tell y'all what to do to get the video or the channel booming. But just like the rest of the tubers say, I'm going to say the same thing. Like a sub a share a comment a like. Y'all know what to do. Some of y'all smart out there. You feel me? Now, for my potters, I'm on Google Podcasts. I'm on Apple Podcasts. I'm on Spotify. And I'm on iHeartRadio. Across all those platforms. All you got to do is type in Kamal Johnson Network. Or type in the G.A.B. And bam! I'll pop right up. Okay? Now, I also like to thank my lovely sponsor, First Place Losers. The link to the shop going to be in the description below. Y'all go check out the fire-ass garments made out of 100% Egyptian cotton. I guarantee it'll boost your sex appeal up by, let's say, 43%. And look here, if it look good on me, it's going to look magnificent on y'all, all right? Now, with that being said, we're going to hop in right into the topic. And today's topics, man, I got to talk about, y'all done heard the old saying, all skin folk ain't kin folk. Well, that's especially true for us Black Americans. God damn. Jesus Christ, man. I love my Black people in the diaspora and all across the globe, and you feel me? But sometimes I feel like they don't love us the same way. They always have something to say about us and our trials and tribulations and who we are as people and as a lineage. You don't believe me? Well, I'm going to play a couple clips from 3 Black people, clearly not from the United States of America. So they're not Black Americans, okay? And I'm going to play these clips for y'all, and y'all about to hear from y'all for yourselves of how they be feeling about us. God damn. All right, we're going to play this one first. And we got this Black dude from the UK, you feel me? And you know what? Let's just have him speak.
Like Americans
you feel
are
me?
usually white. I don't know if Americans are genuinely confused or they're just thick. What? This blew my mind. And if you're not American, this will probably blow your mind too. So I'm from England, right? But most English people are usually white. Just like Americans are usually white too, okay? Keep that in mind. This is very important. As you can see from looking at my skin, I am not just white. I have black in me, which means I come from African descent. To be more specific, Ghanaian descent. Keep this in mind. I was outside in America and I seen a fellow melanin brother. Now, when I'm looking at melanin people, I can usually tell what part of Africa you are from your features. And I saw this brother that I thought might have been Ghanaian too. Big up my Ghana brothers, by the way. But was I so wrong? So I proceeded to ask, yo, bro, what part of Africa are you from? He said, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was like, oh, what? But like, where are your parents from? Atlanta, Georgia. So what about your grandparent? Atlanta, Georgia. So my next question was, how are you Black? There's a lot of Black people in Atlanta, Georgia, son. So you're telling me that you're not from Africa, but your skin is saying otherwise. Yep, proud African American, straight out of Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised. And before I could ask him any more questions, brother, I answered it for myself. These people genuinely think that African American is its own race. And this is actually deep, bro. These African Americans are... What? Yes, you heard me right. So I'm sorry to break it to you, but there's no such thing as African Americans. Your ancestors were just taken from Africa to America, brainwashed, and completely forgot where they came from. And that's the truth. So maybe go look at your history before saying I'm African American. Bro, I don't know if Americans are...
Okay, y'all. That's the first. Joe, stop texting me, goddamn it, goddamn.
genuinely confused or they're just thick. This blew my mind.
Shut it up.
So I'm from England.
Oh my God, Twitter. Fuck Elon Musk. Jesus Christ, get this together. Anyway, now let me address this. The third member from Ray Shrimmer. Bruh. First of all, we're not considering it a race, you idiot. It's a lineage. A lineage. That's why I was telling you. Yeah, my grandparents, my parents, we all from Atlanta, Georgia. It's a freaking lineage, you dweeb. Second of all, y'all always want to talk about, well, how you don't know where you come from, the parts of Africa that your ancestors were taken from? Because most of those tribes don't exist anymore.
Message.
The Ghanaian, the Nigerian shit that you're talking about, that shit created after the whole chattel slavery shit, bruh. So, with that being said, I just said two things, okay, that debunk everything you got to say, bruh. And I still got love for you, bruh, my black brother from the UK. How about this? How about instead of y'all shitting on us, you feel me, with that, right? How about y'all fight for the injustice that happened to y'all because y'all black, instead of try to shit on us? God damn! Jesus Christ! You always try to conflate. But this is a race, the race, a lineage, not a race. I'm not saying the race, it's a lineage. Race-wise, we all black. Lineage is different. Just how, like, you say you're Ghanaian. Okay? That's your lineage. Not your freaking race. Man. Jesus Christ. Alright. Now let me play this young lady.
And this is not... I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, and this is not bullying or harassment, but if I see an American flag in your username, in your bio, or frankly in any of your videos, as a focal point, baby, you're getting blocked so fast. Gosh. What for? What does that flag mean to you? I know what it means to me and what it doesn't mean to me and my community and the brown community and the indigenous community. For me, and many who think like me, that flag is not anything to be proud of. For a lot of us, that flag represents colonial expansion, exploitation, racial injustice, subjugation, massacres, genocide, rape, missing men, women, and children. Jesus Christ. Abuse of power, unequal opportunity, double standard, broken treaties, one-sided telling of history, lies and deception, dehumanization, and the spilled blood of our ancestors. To a lot of us, that flag is no different than a Confederate rebel flag. I'm gonna be real honest with
And I'm gonna be real honest with you, sister. First of all, the wig.
Oh my God.
She might be Black American, but that wig is most definitely African. I digress. Second of all, if you want to say that about the flag, right? She basically clearly saying us black people that have American flags in our bio and Twitter and all that, she's looking at us crazy. Every freaking flag got that sentiment of what you're talking about. Everything you just said. Every flag that you look at is going to hold that same sentiment. You know why? Because every country done had that. Okay? It's colonization. That's what comes with it. Grape. Violence. Taking over. The massacre darker tone, skinned people, black people. God damn. What are you talking about? The Confederate flag, yes, I understand that. You know why? Because they fought for pro-slavery. All right? The American flag, yeah, it might hold that sentiment, but every flag does. So what flag would you want us to put? You want us to put a flag of an Africa? Africa, they having that shit too. They got colonized. It happened there too. Damn. Every time us black Americans do something, y'all want to shit on it. And I'm glad I showed y'all that. Because I think that woman, you know what I mean? Actually, I can't even say she black American because she kept saying brown. Brown skin. Brown this. Brown that. She ain't even freaking hyped about her black side. She ain't even trying to say it. Seemed like she ashamed of it. Bruh. This why I say all skin folks ain't kin folks.
Message.
Man. That goddamn saying that your granny, you feel me, your grandparents, grandfather tell you. Damn, I heard this a long time ago and I was like, now, yes, it's making a lot of sense. It's been like that, but even more to this day. See her skin? Ain't kinfolk. You feel me? Now I got one more clip I want to play for y'all. And this probably is the stupidest of the stupidest clips, bro.
Not as an African. Why is it that
Like, let's hear this,
as an
ladies.
American, not as an African? Why is it that there's always a
Young
reminder
Ma
of
Doppelganger.
slavery? Americans, black people especially. Why is it plugged? We're talking about 400 years ago, and because of it, black Americans come out to other countries with that brainwash system, feeling that just because someone else has a different color or calls you a black sister or calls you the N-word, there's something wrong. Why? It's a brainwash system that has been programmed into the black Americans. So when Americans come out or they want to talk about the South Koreans, okay, take for example the Mermaid film. Okay. Hello, what is there to have a black mermaid there? No, something is wrong. Americans are always complaining about racism. Stop talking about racism and the racism won't be there. Mindset is from America to come into South Korea, to come into an Asian country. Why is it different I'm wearing the shoes of an American. As an American, I would promote there is racism, whether anyone likes it or not. But as an African, I don't recognize that. I just watch the media about the topic. And since I've been here, I haven't really... In fact, when I look at Koreans, when they look at me, what I see is their curiosity, rather. I'm used to seeing whites, but I'm not used to seeing blacks. It's a curiosity. So they would definitely want to touch there. They would definitely want to look at us differently. It's our duty to educate them of our race, of who we are. And that's what I've been doing as an African person. But as a black person, the first thing I'm thinking about is my American passport. And second, racism does exist. As an American, not as an African.
Lord Jesus, sweet baby black Jesus, please save them, because they do not know what the hell they talking about. Lady, young Ma Doppelganger, you basically saying if we don't talk about racism and just leave it alone, not even think about it, that it won't exist.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
This is gonna be a touchy subject, but fuck it. I'm gonna say it. As a woman, right? If you don't think about that R word that rhymes with cape, you don't think about it, you don't even fathom it, are you telling me that it doesn't exist? That threat to you as a woman, it doesn't exist? That's the same logic right there. I tell you, you're an advocate for, like, you know what I mean, abuse victims in that regards. And I tell you, I don't think about it. You talk about it too much. You're thinking about it too much. If you don't think about it, don't talk about it, it ain't going to exist. Stupid! Yeah, I know. Idiotic. Dumb. And you say Africa, right? And I love my black brothers and sisters from the diaspora, African, all over the globe and stuff like that. UK, you know what I mean? Even Asia, you feel me? You got black brothers out there from there and stuff like that. Y'all acting like you didn't get colonized. That's what that's that sentiment. Well, I don't see it, so, and if I go to Asia, they want to touch my hair who cares if they want to touch your hair or like curious about your aesthetics? What is their mindset of you? What do they say about you behind closed doors? Okay? Are they for you? Are they talking shit? Okay? Do they not want to see the betterment of your people collectively? Okay? This is so goddamn stupid, man. Y'all sound like some white supremacists. Y'all talk about race too much, though. You keep talking about it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be there, but if you don't talk about it, it ain't gonna exist. No, that's not how it works. You have to talk about these things. You have to bring awareness to bring change. You think if Dr. Martin Luther King wouldn't have talked about racism, you think anything would have changed? Hell no! To not talk about a problem does not make the problem go away. God damn! Tired of that. Alright, y'all. And now, like I said, I gave you 3 examples of 3 different type of black people from everywhere. Okay? And I wanted to show this because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And that is hitting so hard today. God damn. Especially for us black Americans. Man. Alright, y'all. Y'all know what segment we about to get into. We about to get into the sad segment. And today, I gotta talk about this movie right here. Man, they had some hard hitters as actors way back in the day. This came out in 1984. A Soldier Story. I saw this on Apple TV. And let me tell y'all. Let me give y'all the stats first. And I'm going to give y'all the legendary cast. Do you feel me? And this was like a soldier mystery movie, detective movie in a sense. Okay? So, with that being said, IMDb gave it a 7.2. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 91%. And the people gave it an 83%. Okay, IMDb gave it kind of a low score, but everybody else, that was pretty high, and I like that. So frick y'all, you feel me? But yeah, let me give y'all the cast though. True, you feel me? And some of these cast members RP to them because they passed away since you know what I mean? Since then. So they had Adolph Caesar. He played Sergeant Vernon. You know what I mean? He was a cold actor too. Man, hella good. Then they had Denzel Washington. He was private first class. I hate when they do this too. Like, just give us the whole goddamn thing. He was one of the privates. Young Denzel too, you feel me? You know what I mean? Then they also had Howard Rollins. He was a Captain Richard, you feel me? He was like the main detective. You know what I mean? Then they had young David Allen Greer. You feel me? He was one of the privates too, you feel me? Then they had Larry Riley. He was CJ Memphis, one of the privates, you feel me? They had Art Evans. He was another one of the privates, you feel me? You know what I mean? They also had hold on. Gotta get Robert Townsend, one another of the privates, you feel me? I mean, the list goes on who they had Patti LaBelle. She was Big Mary. She was the singer when they went to their bar and stuff like that. You feel me? This was so many more great actors in here and stuff like that. I could be on here all day talking about the actors they had on here. You feel me? But I ain't, okay? Ask the bruh Google. Now I'm about to hop into the Plizzot. And I'll just give you the quick Plizzot. And then I'm going to deep dive into the movie itself. Quick Plizzot, basically, the Sergeant Vernon got murked. He had a lot of enemies. There's some racism going around in the town. He got murked, and basically Captain Richard came in to solve his case. Bruh, the sergeant was he was a sergeant of an all-black platoon, and the war wasn't happening. This was, I think, around, they show it was 1947, so right around World War II, and the black soldier wasn't being utilized. And what they did, they were like a baseball team, and they played baseball and stuff like that. That's the quick plot. We're trying to solve this guy's murder. He had a lot of enemies, talked a lot of shit. All right, you feel me? But had a lot of messaging here. You had to like deep dive and intertwine with you. Like, oh, okay. So essentially, Captain Richard came around and everybody was enthralled because it's like you're seeing a black man in a position of power, and they ain't really seen that. So then you had, the other privates, and he's interrogating them. He interrogated, Private Wilkie, played by Art Evans, and he was kind of like a yes man to Sergeant Vernon, but Sergeant Vernon took his stripes away, and that's one of the most effed up things you could do is take a person's stripes away and stuff like that. So he had a motive. The white people had a motive, like the other soldiers and privates. They had a motive to kill Sergeant Vernon because they just thought he was uppity, and like they had a scene where they showed them whooping his ass and stuff like that, but they didn't kill him. Then you had Denzel, his character. He threw them hands with Bernie. He was trying to protect CJ, you know what I mean? And CJ was like the best baseball player, and he was like a good ass musician. But the thing about it, it was like Sergeant Vernon didn't like CJ because he felt CJ was the typical black man that white people are comfortable around and how they want us to be and all jolly and stuff. But throughout the movie, I saw just like, man, CJ wasn't really like that. You feel me? He wasn't kissing the ass to white people or nothing like that. Sergeant Vernon just had some self-hate. But it was weird because he was intertwining himself. It was like, I just want to see my black people do better. I want us to be seen in a better light and not kissing white folks' ass. And in fact, he was kind of kissing white folks' ass until he got super drunk and he got into the fight with them one white boys. And then, you know what I mean? Denzel character stood up to bruh. They got in them hands. You feel me? And Sergeant Vernon whooped his ass.
Jesus Christ.
The first time I ever seen Denzel Washington get his ass whooped in any movie ever.
Gorge.
And he played Reuben Hurricane. Lord Jesus, how? I was like, how? Oh, he threw the sand out. Like, I knew that was going to happen. He whooped his ass. I'm like, damn. Young Denzel didn't have hands. He had to develop his hands throughout each movie. But yeah, so then, there's a motive right there. The other privates had motives to kill this sergeant because this sergeant would belittle him and stuff like that. And like, in a weird way, I think the Sergeant Vernon wanted his black people to do better, but it was in a weird kind of Candace Owens type of way. If you get my drift, it's kind of cooning. It's cooning, but you're trying to mash your cooning with like, I just want to see my black people do better. I want to see them in a better light. But it's like, yeah, but I don't know. You feel me? And then I think the main thing that, spoiler alert, basically Denzel character and another private ended up killing Sergeant Vernon at the end of the day. And the reason why was because CJ Memphis, the one private that everybody loved, he ended up killing himself because Sergeant Vernon has so much hate for him. He got him caught up in like a gun charge in the army itself. And bruh had to face 5 years. And I'm telling you, CJ didn't mess with nobody. He didn't ever, like, he was like good to everybody. He was just a good soul. And I don't know, Vernon was just not having it. And CJ ended up murking himself. You feel me? And so all the platoon was hella mad at Sergeant Vernon. It was like, nah, it ain't going down like that. And then they, Denzel and the other private just saw opportunity and murked him. And Captain Richard, I mean, it made him sad because it's like the whole showing of it's our own people being detriment to our goddamn self. Man, god damn. You feel me? Within the platoon and army itself. And at the very end, it showed that you feel me? Oh, and Robert Townsend part, he played the private that was driving around Captain Richard and stuff like that. But at the end, it showed that now they're calling for the black cadets and the black privates and stuff to go out there and fight in the war now. Now they're calling up on them and stuff. But that was basically this movie was trying to figure out who killed Sergeant Vernon and how it showed that he created so many enemies. It was kind of hard to find out at first, but we found out, and then you find out all this inner messaging within us as black people. And I kind of wanted to bring this in because, you know what I mean, Veterans Day just passed, you feel me, this past Saturday. Shout out to all my veterans and shit like that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm a black man, so I wanted to bring in some, you know, black soldier story, you feel me? And to get, you know, shout out to my black veterans out there. Y'all know who y'all is. I got a lot of homies that is like that, you feel me? And yeah, I saw a clip off of Twitter and I was like, oh, this look kind of good. I want to see this. And it was solid. You feel me? And like, it did show a lot of the inner fightings we have as just black people. I'll just say just black men. Because it was just black men showing in this movie and us seeing this in the light of power and also us being in the light of power. We still have to face racism and we have to still face, you know, fighting within our group and shit like that. So this was a very powerful movie and it had some hard hitters in here, you feel me? And I thoroughly enjoyed myself. You know what I mean? Yeah, I say go watch this. It's off Apple TV, Sling TV, all of them, you feel me? Once again, this is a soldier story. And y'all go watch it, you feel me? See the greats when they were younger. Alright? Y'all know what time it is though, right? Yeah, it is meme time. And I got a couple juicy memes for y'all, okay? And look, got a soldier in here, you know what I mean? He got the Nikon camera. Boo! Canon gang over here. But it says, I joined the Air Force so I could shoot people. What type of shooting you talking about? You talking about, you know what I mean? That type of shooting? Or you talking about the Ja Morant type of shooting? What? Oh, I think he talking about the, you know, camera shooting. You feel me? You know what I mean? Oh, Lord. Alright. Got the black dude, you know, he got the thinking. You feel me? You gotta think. Think outside the box. And that's one of those memes. Every market in Africa is a black market.
Oh my God!
I mean, you got a point there. Maybe certain parts of South Africa, though. Alright. Got another meme and got Samuel L. Jackson when he in one of his army movies, you feel me? And he got him looking like. And it reads, 33% of your job as an NCO is staring at your troops like this until they act right. And you know what? I never been in the army. I never been in the Navy or none of that, any military. But I got a bunch of military friends and they tell me this is how it is. Mm-hmm. You get the NCO get that look, you straighten right up. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Oh, man. I got a question for y'all army people, man. Just let me know, man. Why do y'all, the army military people, why do y'all make it sound like prison? What? Y'all let me know in the comments below. But shout out to all y'all feel me? You know what I mean? That fight for our country and stuff like that. Especially my black people that went into the Army, Navy, Marines, all that shit. Y'all know who y'all is out there, man. Shout out to y'all, you feel me? All right, y'all. we coming to the end of the show. It's another episode of the G.A.B, where I'm your lovely or hated host Kamal, aka the Black Seinfeld, aka Magic X. And since I got the best audience out there, what should the best audience be doing right now? Well, what are you waiting for? Let's get it. And if they watching, at least they learning. And I appreciate all y'all, from the ugly to the beautiful and to the in-betweeners. Now, for my tubers, YouTube been around since 2005. I don't need to tell y'all what to do to get the video or the channel booming. But just like the rest of the tubers say, I'm going to say the same thing. Like a sub a share a comment, comment a like. Y'all know what to do. Some of y'all smart out there, you feel me? Now, for my potters, I'm on Google Podcasts, I'm on Apple Podcasts, I'm on Spotify, and I'm on iHeartRadio. Across all those platforms, all you got to do is type in the G.A.B or Kamal Johnson Network, and bam, I pop right up. I also like to thank my lovely sponsor, First Place Losers. The link to the shop going to be in the description below. Y'all go check out the fire-ass garments made out of 100% Egyptian cotton. I guarantee it boosts your sex appeal up by, let's say, 15%. And look here, if it look good on me, it's going to look great on y'all, okay? Now, with that being said, y'all have a good day, good evening, good whenever it is y'all consuming this content. Have a good one of it, y'all. And I'm out. Peace. Man, that goddamn slogan is so right. You feel me? All skin folks ain't kin folks. And it's a damn shame. This was G.A.B. This was G.A.B.